Hey y'all, and welcome back to Craft Math. In this video, we're going to be doing some practice problems for finding the area of parallelograms. If you would like more of a conceptual overview of where the formula for area of a parallelogram comes from, then I invite you to go and check out the concept video linked above. So number one here, we have a parallelogram, and remember that the area for a parallelogram is the base times the height. So I have here a base of 37 1/4, so that's 37 1/4 times 24 as my height. That might be a little bit confusing because over here 37 1/4 is on the side, but I called that the base, and 24 is going horizontally like that, and I called it the height. But in geometry, those things tend to not matter so much. You can imagine the orange parallelogram being spun around so that the 37 1/4 is on the bottom and the 24 would be facing vertically, if that makes you feel better. But it just doesn't really matter so much where the base and height is. As long as they're perpendicular to one another and make a 90-degree angle, then I'm good to go. So 37 1/4 times 24. I need to do a little bit of fraction multiplying here, so I'm going to change that 37 1/4 to be 149 over 1, over 4 rather, sorry, times 24 over 1. So I do a little bit of fraction multiplying here. I can simplify this 4 and this 24 to make 6 and 1, and then I just have to do 149 times 6 and 1 times 1 on the bottom. 149 times 6 turns out to be 849, and then 1 times 1 makes 1. So for my first parallelogram here, I have an area of 849 miles squared. It's a big area. So that's number one. Moving on to number two. Number two, I have this parallelogram here that looks a little bit more traditional with its base and height, but the formula is the same way. Area equals base times height. My base is 17, and my height is 11. There's actually a cool trick when you multiply anything by 11 that you can just separate the two digits. So like 17 times 11, I can separate the 1 and the 7 and leave a space in the middle. And then the number that goes in the middle there will just be the 1 and the 7 added together. So it's 187. You can try that out for yourself and see if it works. But it works for nearly every two-digit number. So that's 187 kilometers. Oh, where'd my M go? Kilometers squared. That's the area for that, base times height. 187 kilometers squared. And the last one, this one's a little bit more complex, but I think we can handle it. Find the height of the parallelogram. The area is 300, and then it tells me here that the base is 25. Well, we're missing the height, but I think we can handle this. So if we know that the area is equal to base times height, that's the formula, and it tells us here that the area is 300, well, then we can plug that in for the A. So instead of A, it will be 300 equals base times height. If it tells us the base is 25, then we can plug that in for the B. So 25 times H. And now we just need to divide to figure out what the H is. So if I divide them both by 25, I should be able to know what the H is. And it turns out in this case, 300 divided by 25 is 12. So H here is 12 inches. Okay, you guys. Hopefully that was helpful to you. If it was, then go ahead and like and subscribe, and tune in next time for more math.